Keep left.
Yeah, don't you dare go straight. I must have got that picture, huh?
I'm sure you did. Arkansas Post National Memorial. Flags over Arkansas. The visitor center houses a small souvenir shop, not real big. It also houses the museum with artifacts from the old town site, information on the Civil War, even a little bit of a Revolutionary War that took place out there. And there's a short video to watch too, as well as information on the Native Americans that lived here. After the Colbert raid, France, Spain, and Great Britain contended for the oh, one of those is the French flag. I see. So French, Spain, United States, Confederate United States. First post of Arkansas, 1886 to 1700. French, Bourbon. Henry de Tonty passed this way in 1842. Father Marquette, the French missionary and explorer, reclaimed the territory for France. So there we got a problem. Spain's already claimed it, now French are claiming it.
Yep.
The cross?
Okay.
Oh. Well, aren't you just the observant one?
Mm-hmm. This is where they were at, right here.
How do you know? You think that cross had been there all this time?
Yeah.
Tonte's post was perhaps only a mile or two from here on the banks of Arkansas. He called it Post d'Arkansas, after the Arkansas Quapaw Indians. So it doesn't say nothing about that cross. There was a settlement here too. I forgot how many people they said lived around here. What was it, like 1,500 or something like that? I don't know. It's a pretty big place at one time. Well, here's the town site right here. 1805 to 1840, frontier settlement and territorial capital. The land in front of you was an important center of trade and government on the edge of Arkansas wilderness. Here were the homes, stores, taverns, mills, docks, and busy streets of the post of Arkansas. This was the capital of Arkansas Territory from its organization in 1819 until it moved to Little Rock. At the height of the post importance, 1820, the population here was 1,000. I read something in there, they said 1,500. Civil War forced river traffic to cease, and resulting economic collapse, most residents left. Bombardment by Union gunboats in '63 destroyed much of the village, and it did not recover after the war. Sounds just like Davidsonville. Eventually, railroads and highways bypassed Arkansas Post, isolating it economically. The Arkansas River has washed away part of the land where the town site stood. Historic sites labeled here are located and described by small markers. None of the structures remain standing today. There was Montgomery's Tavern. The Arkansas General Assembly met there in the tavern. Branch State Bank of Arkansas. No Treebees Store, Warehouse and Residence. Arkansas Office, Arkansas Gazette. You are here. So the Arkansas Gazette was over there. Trail Overlook. This pond was not part of the historic town. That was not part of the historic town.
No.
Trading house, government trader or factory exchange some goods, deerskins, bearskins, blah, blah, blah. Colonel Frederick Notrebe, lived here nearly 40 years, becoming the town's most prosperous entrepreneur. So his house stood right here. Huh? That's what it says. Yep, I'd say it's 24 feet. Oh, here's the tavern. Here on 1 acre square, fronting Main Street, stood a tavern. So General Assembly rented 2 rooms, first meetings of territorial government. So I guess it was in this area here. The tavern was where the tree is now, down on the ground. But I think that the first Arkansas Gazette office was back there, back down this trail that way, according to that map. So what is that? So that's the Arkansas River over there now. And it used to be over here. Cotton gin and cotton press. Here across the main street, So was this Main Street here? From his home, Colonel Frederick Noterby, oh, maybe we're on Main Street, operated a gin that removed seed from raw cotton. Okay, so he had a cotton gin out here. And his house was right back over there. Here was Main Street, I guess. On this site stood the Arkansas Post branch. Closed in 1843 as the communism declined. Two-story brick building. The old bank building served as a hospital before the Union gunboats destroyed it. Today only parts of the foundation remain. I don't see any foundation out here. Just that thing sticking up there. Oh, I wonder if that's, yeah, maybe that's part of it. You can kind of see a line going right through here. And here's some wood. So this must have been like the back wall right through here. This would have been the side wall. This would have been like a little room, or maybe this was the vault right here. So it came all the way down to here, and then it turned and went down to here. It wasn't real wide or anything. Huh. Well, that's pretty cool. I'm putting them on. My hand's getting cold. Getting cold. Cold. You toad? We thought you were a toad. Oh. I only dropped it, then I stepped on it. Arkansas joined the Southern Confederacy on May 6, 1861. The following year, a fort was built at Arkansas Post, controlled the Arkansas River. Most feasible route of invasion. This garrison called Fort Heinerman. John A. McClernand arrived with 9 gunboats and 30,000 men, unable to withstand the heavy bombardment. The Confederate forces surrendered to the Union after a bloody 2-day battle.
I'm praying.
Yeah, what are you praying for? Oh my gosh, you can't read this thing. That's in bad shape, guys. Alligator etiquette. Always view alligators. There's something about alligators. That's all I can tell you. They got gators in that pond. Land passed from France to the United States, 1803. Louisiana Purchase. Arkansas then became territory. The first issue of Arkansas Gazette was published at the Post on November 20th, 1819, right back there. When Napoleon I became Emperor of France, 1799, he envisioned the establishment of a vast French empire in America. He began in 1800 when he won control of Louisiana from Spain. A constant threat of war with England soon forced him to abandon his plans in late 1803. The Post of Arkansas became Spanish territory. When the Treaty of Paris, the French king ceded it, Louisiana, to Spain for several years. Purchased the French Republic by secret treaty in 1800, which they weren't supposed to do. Oh, they weren't supposed to sell it to the Americans. That's what the big deal was all about. We're on the red trail. Red road. Red road. Post Bayou Trail. Visitor Center. You are here. Alligator Slough. There's the alligator slough. Oh yeah, Confederate trench rifle parent. They are way the heck back over there. It'd be better to go park over there.
When it's 70.
I don't know.
It's either 100 or 25.
Yeah.
Right?
Right. We were in 70, almost 80 degree weather yesterday. And today we're in 40 degree weather. Probably feels like 30 degree with the wind blowing. Had to pay a dowry of a cow and a calf, and 5 hens, gun and ammunition, axe and hoe, and a supply of garden seed. There you go. This stone was taken from ruins of old bank built at Arkansas Post. So this came from the old bank that used to live here. I guess you could say that. Okay. Well, that's interesting. You can touch it and touch history. Right there, you're touching history.
Rosencrantz.
Who touched that stone?
This is Rosencrantz.
Key to that control. Hernando de Soto explored the territory, which is now Arkansas. Here on the Grand Prairie, you tread on soil laid down over the centuries as mighty Mississippi and Arkansas rivers. That's cool to think about. You're walking where thousands of other people walked, of all different kinds of people. All right, we're doing this without the mic because this is just a quickie. Oh, look, they've got the flower bed designed like the fort. And pardon the weeds, we're feeding the bees. All right, let's see. This is, I guess, where Fort Heineman is at, or was at. Where is Fort Heineman? The Arkansas River's 1863 shoreline was about 300 yards from where you stand, so way out there. Rifle pits began here and extended 700 yards to the west. The fort measured 100 yards on each side, the length of a football field. 3 feet of oak reinforced with railroad iron protected the Dahlgren Cannon. Fire a mile up or down the river to protect the breadbasket of the Arkansas. Confederates could slip down to the Mississippi River to disrupt vital Union supplies. Soon after the fort was finished, a massive Union Army-Navy force attacked. What they did not demolish, the river washed away. The Arkansas River's changing course swallowed all traces of Fort Heineman. Today, a shallow oxbow lake covers the site. The Civil War fort is out there about 300 yards, maybe about where that tree's sticking up out there. Wow, and the city that we were in was just back over there, so it's a good ways from that town. You wouldn't have got us had it not been for your gunboats. You are here. So I guess those trenches, the Confederate trenches and the rifle pits were all back over in there. On they came like an irresistible thunderbolt. Alright, so we're standing here, and the soldiers, the gunboats would have been out there. The fort would have been out here to our right. So right where we're standing, we are on part of the Confederate rifle pits and trenches, right? Came right through about where we're standing. We would have been pretty close to the fort. And then all of the Union soldiers would have been all out here in front of us. The earth was literally blue from one end of their line to the other. So cool to think that this was the Arkansas River at one time. And now the Arkansas River's way back over there. This kind of puts us down on the shoreline. Might see a gator down here. I don't see no gators. Well, it's hard to believe that that fort was way out there, and that was the Arkansas River way out there on the other side of the fort. The river, I guess, flooded and washed the old remnants of the fort away. All right, we may go see if we can find the rifle pits real quick, and then we're gonna get out of here. The Civil War rifle pits here at Arkansas Post. I was gonna see if I can find them. I don't know how far down they are. I'm not gonna spend much time on these kiosks. Bullets came like hail mixed with grape canister shells. So we'd be probably on the Union side right now. Hold out till help arrived or until all dead. The fort would have been just right over there. And it would be getting bombarded by the gunboats right about now, or during this time. And then all the Union soldiers would have been where we're at right now. So this would have been pretty noisy when this was in this area, if we'd been there back in 1863. There was a flutter of excitement along the line. We discovered the rebels had put out a white flag. I mean, you think about it, they had all these gunboats, the Union did, and what, it was 30,000 soldiers. And the Confederates just had the fort and 5,000 soldiers. It was probably the smart thing to do. 40,000 men pressing as one man. So they're saying 40,000 soldiers there. Is this the rifle pits? Or is this just a drainage that we're looking at? 4 guns opened up on us. And 1,000 rifles from the pits. They're not very good because you really can't see this one at all. So I don't say where the rifle pits are. Are they back here? Is that them back over there? They really don't give you a sign as to where these pits are. I know there's a nature trail out through here, so I don't know if I'm on the nature trail. And the pits were back there. They're not giving you a lot of information here. I don't see no signs. I think they would have some signs saying, hey, here's the rifle pits right here. But yeah, I'm not seeing squat out here. Oh, look at this thing though. It's kind of like, this is moss on this trail. And it's kind of like a green carpet trail. It's crazy. All right, guys, I'm just not seeing these pits that they're talking about. Unless they're further out here. I don't see these trenches out here. And I've come out here a pretty good ways. Now, I think I've gone about as far as I want to go. So I don't know where, they're probably just right down the trail there, but yeah, I've gone as far as I want to go looking for these things. Because we were like at Vicksburg, Vicksburg yesterday. And I'm here to tell you, if you've never been to Vicksburg, it's pretty awesome to go there. I mean, that city is full of history, just tons of it. But yeah, I would highly suggest Vicksburg. Oh, maybe it was behind me, I'll bet this is it right here. Yeah, I'll bet this, I'm standing on the top right here of the deal. Because you can kind of see this. I don't know if y'all can make it out in the camera. There's kind of a hump right here. And you can kind of see it going right along through there. So I'm wondering if this is the actual pit and the actual trench right along through this line, which would be in line with the fort, which would have been right down that way. If that's it, then the Confederate boys would have been back in here, and the Union boys would have been back up in there. And the fort would have been kind of back in that direction there. These kind of all line up with that fort. Here could be a trench. I mean, they could have had a trench. See right here? This could have been a trench right along through here. I really don't see it going off that way, though. It kind of ends right here, but then there's a low area here, too. I think I'm gonna turn the camera off here, guys, because there's the truck. So we might stop at the Arkansas State Park, the Arkansas Post State Park. They're not open today. We've already been there once. The video I did there just didn't come out very good. I was using one of my old cameras and the audio didn't come out, and it was real, I don't know, I didn't like it. I think you can walk around outside the buildings. You're just not gonna be able to see none of the stuff on the inside, but I'll put some pictures up that we took. So, all right, till then, later. Well, guys, that'll do it for this one. Thanks for joining me today on this little adventure we took. Hope to see you on the next one. And as always, thanks for watching. And I hope y'all are having an awesome week.